So this is my removed vapor separator tank, which incorporates a well. This has a float in it, similar to an old school carburetor or a toilet, that when the level of the incoming fuel is low, the float lowers, allowing fuel to come from the source, come into the tank, and then fill up. Once the float comes up to about here, it stops. That has a pass-through. This float reservoir, all this gasoline, equal balances into this side. So the entire tank, which is separated here, but does have a passage at the bottom, fuel comes in, raises the float, it travels over here. Once everything is about this height, the float closes off, needle and seat here shut off the intake. That constantly goes down to allow fuel the right amount into this tank. There's a high pressure fuel pump inside this side with a pickup down here that pumps up and out into a high pressure fuel pump filter, which is here. And this filter, okay, in turn goes to the fuel injectors. So fuel filter drained out into this glass, very nice and clear. There's one piece of sediment which might have been in the glass to begin with. Maybe it's a buggy. Okay, opening the fuel reservoir or vapor separator tank. When I opened it, here's my float. That's the pump. This is the tank. Tank's nice and clean. I did not clean this out. That's good. Filter so far clean. Inside the reservoir, nice and clean, no obstructions. What I did find when I took it apart the first time, this high volume fuel pump or high pressure fuel pump, the cap that sits on the bottom has a screen in it. Now, as you can see, the screen is nice and clean. Screen's all good. Did not clean it. That's what I got. Although I was looking to find this cap being clogged up, I did not find that. I did find this cap with screen attachment not attached. It was bobbling around in the bottom of the tank like that, just kind of floating around. That's what I found. Now, it's not going to float, but while it's in its place, there's not a whole lot of room for the pump to slide down inside there, this pump in there, and this piece not being attached. Okay, this is the pickup. It's supposed to be lined up with here, like such, pulling right through the screen. With it not attached, and my command for high volume fuel to give it a lot of power when I was going up on plane, this was probably pulling and blocking itself because it wasn't aligned coming through the screen. It was trying to suck all the fuel, and the plastic here, this rubber cap, was probably impeding the fuel pump, and it wasn't allowing the gas to go all the way up. And it was kind of just like clogging itself. I'm going to reattach this, no new parts, do a little magic on the gasket or TV, try her over again. Everything here looks good. Why wasn't it pressed on? I don't know. Might put a little dab of epoxy on there just to make sure she don't float off again. Can't hurt.